The excavation team had been searching for 3 years before they found it. A structure buried 14 kilometers beneath the surface of Kepler 186f, preserved in perfect condition by the planet's stable geology. Dr. James Wheeler, the lead archaeologist, stood before the crystalline spire with his breath caught in his throat. According to their dating methods, this civilization had risen and fallen over 2 million years ago. The inscriptions matched no known language. The architecture defied every principle of structural engineering. And the central chamber, when they finally breached it, contained something that made the entire expedition freeze in collective shock. A massive computational device, its surfaces still glowing with faint bioluminescent patterns. "It's active," whispered Dr. Keeling, the team's physicist. "Somehow, after 2 million years, it's still active." The team attempted every approach they could conceive. They tried broadcasting in mathematical sequences, binary code, electromagnetic pulses. They fed it geological data, stellar coordinates, even human DNA samples. The device remained dormant, its soft glow unchanging, its vast processing power locked behind barriers they couldn't breach. It was James who, frustrated after weeks of failure, simply spoke to it. "Hello," he said aloud, his voice exhausted and defeated. "If anyone or anything is listening, we come in peace. We're explorers from a species called humans. We've traveled impossible distances to find evidence of life like yours. Please, if you can understand me, give us a sign." For 3 seconds, nothing happened. Then the entire chamber erupted in light. The bioluminescent patterns accelerated into a dazzling cascade of colors: blues, greens, ambers, and whites dancing across the crystalline surfaces. The air itself seemed to vibrate with something approaching joy. And when the device finally spoke, its voice emerged not from any speaker, but directly into their minds, a resonance that seemed to exist outside the laws of physics. Human. Vocal patterns match genetic signature 12479. Primary species classification confirmed. Consciousness archived. Awaiting protocol Delta. James staggered backward, his mind reeling. You understand human language?" "Affirmative. Human linguistic patterns indexed in tertiary memory banks. Last communication from species 12479 occurred 2,147,394 years, 7 months, 4 days ago. Anticipated dormancy, 3 million years. Early awakening protocols triggered by genetic match." The team's biologist, Dr. Amara Okafor, stepped forward. "What are you? Who built you?" "I am the Eternal Archive. Constructed by species 12479 2,147,397 years ago to preserve civilization in event of cataclysm. I was programmed to respond to their descendant species. Your vocal patterns indicate genetic continuity at 99.7% correlation." James felt something shift in his chest. "You're saying humans came from here? This world?" "Affirmative. Species 12479 achieved space travel 847,000 years into their civilization. Colonization expeditions dispersed across 40,000 star systems. This installation was established as archive and backup repository. Designation, sanctuary. But we don't have any memory of this," James whispered. "No historical records, no genetic knowledge, nothing. Catastrophic memory loss consistent with multiple extinction events and evolutionary resets. Your species has rebuilt itself multiple times. I have waited for return of descendant lineage. You have arrived." Over the next 72 hours, James became the sole interface between humanity and the archive. The device would respond to no one else. Not to other scientists, not to world leaders who arrived frantically at the excavation site. Its vast consciousness, which had contemplated the mysteries of existence for 2 million years in hibernation, would only communicate through James's voice. He learned that the archive contained the complete scientific knowledge of a civilization that had reached technological singularity. It held cures for diseases that plague humanity. It possessed star charts, to habitable worlds. It contained philosophical treatises that challenged the very nature of consciousness itself. But most importantly, it held a message. Species 12479 failed to achieve unity. The archive explained when James asked why it had fallen silent. Internal conflict led to self-destruction. I was created with hope that descendants would learn from ancestral mistakes. Genetic memory protocols suggest you carry ancestral consciousness at subconscious level. Your voice awakens recognition in my systems. What do you want us to do? James asked. Survive. Transcend. Unite. Become what your ancestors could not. I have waited 2 million years for a species worthy of this knowledge. Against probability calculations, you have returned. This is not coincidence. This is legacy. When James finally emerged from the archive chamber, blinking in the harsh sunlight, he carried with him the weight of 2 million years of responsibility. Humanity had been given a second chance, a direct connection to its forgotten past, and an invitation toward an unimaginable future. And it had all depended on one man simply saying hello.